There's a lot of talk in our culture about pretty privilege. But let's pause. If someone dismisses your talent, hard work, and intelligence because they assume you only got ahead thanks to your looks, is that really a privilege? Here's the uncomfortable flip side, what we might call ugly privilege, the unacknowledged advantages of not being seen as conventionally attractive. Here are some examples. In relationships, men will say, never marry a woman who's too beautiful. Translation, beauty is framed as a liability. Meanwhile, women considered less attractive get assumed to be safer or more faithful in relationships. In the workplace, people often treat you with more respect if you're not seen as attractive. Why? Because there's no suspicion that you slept your way to the top or were chosen to look good in the room. In Hollywood, conversations about pretty privilege usually highlight beautiful actresses who can't act, but rarely do we talk about the less conventionally attractive actresses who consistently book roles. If the lead has to be the most beautiful on screen, equally beautiful women won't get cast alongside her, but a less attractive actress, she may have a better shot. And in relationships, let's really break it down. What does pretty privilege actually buy a woman? Do men automatically treat her better? Does it lessen her chances of being in an abusive relationship? Does she never get her heart broken? Are partners more emotionally available for her, more tender, more patient, more loyal? Do they communicate better with her? Think of the most beautiful woman you know and the least. Which one has the healthier, more satisfying relationship? Which one is more cherished? And which one feels safer in love? As women, we must be intentional about recognizing the difference between the reality we are living and the story we are told. Beauty may lead to more options for sex, yes. But if we're honest, if less attractive women walked around offering it more loosely, they'd have no problem finding takers too. So we must be clear. What do we actually want? Is it more sex with more partners? Or is it a healthy, committed relationship with a loyal, emotionally intelligent husband? Because if we look around us, what is the actual correlation between lasting, healthy love and attractiveness? Of course, attraction can open doors, but it doesn't guarantee the things women actually want once inside the relationship: respect, loyalty, intimacy, or security. Neither end of the spectrum is free from struggle. Beauty creates one set of challenges, and lack of it creates another. The deeper issue isn't who has it easier. It's this. Why are we still reducing human worth to something as fragile, subjective, and temporary as attractiveness? And maybe the real cultural manipulation is this. Keep women chasing beauty for a lifetime. That way, men get to satisfy their desire to gaze upon beautiful things without ever having to give anything in return. And the economy keeps booming as we empty our bank accounts in pursuit of an unattainable standard. Meanwhile, as we obsess over chasing the thing called beauty, we lose sight of the outcome we actually desire: healthy, lasting love. Here are 10 things women consistently spend money on in the name of beauty. Number 1, hair, weaves, clip-ins, extensions, wigs, color, braids, cuts, maintenance, etc. About $150 to $500 per month. Number 2, nails, manicures, acrylics, gels, about $60 to $150 per month. Number 3, skincare routines, products, facials, treatments, about $100 to $300 per month. Number 4, makeup, foundation, lashes, palettes, etc., about $50 to $200 per month. Number 5, gym memberships and personal training, about $50 to $300 per month. Number 6, cosmetic procedures, Botox and fillers, etc., about $500 to $5,000 per year. Number 7, plastic surgery, BBL, breast augmentations, etc., about $7,000 to $15,000 per procedure. Number 8, designer clothes and accessories, about $500 to $5,000 per splurge. Number 9, diet culture, supplements, programs, meal plans, about $50 to $300 per month. And number 10, waxing and laser hair removal, about $50 to $200 per month. Now let me ask you this. How many of these investments have consistently given you inner peace, lasting love, deep happiness, or true purpose? Here's the uncomfortable truth. These things may get a man's attention below the belt, but how often do they keep his attention above the waist, in his mind, in his heart, and in his desire to give long-term commitment? Men themselves often admit, sleeping with a new woman always tops sleeping with the same one. So imagine spending thousands chasing attention below his belt, only for him to fantasize about the woman who spent $30 on a brush and some lip gloss. That's why we must be clear. Are we chasing attention or pursuing love? Here's a challenge. Think about the most beautiful woman you know, head to toe. If you're in a relationship, this part may feel uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Picture a celebrity, an influencer, a neighbor, or someone your man finds attractive. Now remember this. If she isn't in a relationship now, rest assured she will face the same struggles once she is. A woman's beauty will never solve a man's lust problem. It's one thing to take care of yourself so you feel confident and at your best. That's healthy. but the expectations you tie to that self-care are crucial for your peace, worth, and happiness. If the expectation is that you or any woman will be beautiful enough, not just now, but forever, to keep a man from wandering, or that beauty alone will glue a relationship together, that is a harmful delusion. Some men will happily give women temporary things, buying a drink, a trip, or a bag, but those same men will scoff at giving lasting things like their heart, their loyalty, or their emotional presence. Ladies, it's time we wake up. The dopamine hit from male attention may feel good in the moment, but how's your heart holding up? How's your spirit doing when the attention fades? Now let's check out 2 excerpts from the renowned relationship researchers, the Gottmans. Excerpt 1. Loneliness is often the reason people seek an affair. A case in point, when sociologists asked high-priced escorts about their male customers' most prominent fantasy, these women said their customers wanted the girlfriend experience. That is, they wanted the escorts to pretend that they loved them, that they had chosen them just for themselves, and not for the money. Excerpt 2. Affairs are primarily an answer to loneliness, which is caused by the lack of emotional connection and also by the presence of conflict and self-disclosure avoidance. In fact, research has shown that most affairs are not about sex at all, but about finding someone who likes you and finds you interesting, within the context of an emotionally distant and lonely relationship. Maybe as women, we focus so much on beauty because it's easier. It requires less of us than the inner work of truly understanding what men desire in relationships. Or maybe it's not that we're afraid of the deeper work. Maybe men's constant verbal focus on women's looks has led us to believe that's mostly or all that matters to them. And maybe men's desire for sex isn't really about sex at all. Maybe it's the only way some men know how to feel wanted, chosen, and safe, without ever having to risk revealing the more vulnerable parts of their inner world, like asking for words of affirmation, validation, or reassurance. And maybe the silent agreement, women chasing beauty and men chasing sex as validation, is exactly why our relationships are so often a mess. And maybe it's why we're all so disillusioned with love. So the question is this: are we done yet with the cycle of bullshit, lies, and dysfunctions that destroy relationships? Or do we prefer to hold on to the story as it is, so we never have to challenge ourselves to grow and do better?